Be prepared. Tomorrow changes everything, and I'm not being dramatic, I'm being precise. On March 18th, 2026, the universe is opening a portal that hasn't been this powerful in years. A new moon at the absolute final degree of Pisces, the last sign of the zodiac, the sign of dreams, miracles, and the invisible realm where wishes are born. But here's what most people don't understand. This isn't just another new moon. This is the climax of a month-long cosmic build-up that's been clearing, purging, and preparing you for something massive. And if you're one of the 3 signs I'll reveal later, you're about to experience manifestation magic so potent, it'll feel like the universe finally heard you after years of silence. And if you've been feeling like time is moving strangely, like reality itself has been glitching, or like you're standing on the edge of something you can't quite see yet, keep watching. Because there's one specific reason this is happening to you right now, and I'll explain exactly what it means later in this video. So stick around. But first, you need to understand why tomorrow isn't just significant, it's unprecedented, because what's happening in the sky above you right now is a once-in-a-lifetime convergence of cosmic forces, all pointing to one undeniable truth: your deepest wish is about to be granted. The universe has been preparing you for this moment. Let's back up for a second. This month started with chaos. On March 3rd, we experienced a total lunar eclipse in Virgo, a massive karmic purge. That eclipse wasn't gentle. It ripped away structures, exposed what wasn't working, forced you to confront the patterns and habits that were secretly sabotaging your life. Maybe it showed up as an unexpected ending. Maybe a relationship suddenly fell apart, or a job situation became unbearable. Maybe your daily routine completely collapsed, or your health demanded attention you'd been ignoring. That wasn't random. That was the universe clearing space. Because here's what nobody tells you about manifestation: you can't receive what you're asking for if your hands are still full of what you need to release. The Virgo eclipse came in like a cosmic housekeeper, sweeping out the debris, the outdated systems, the toxic perfectionism, the exhausting need for control. It wasn't comfortable, but it was necessary. And if you've been feeling emotionally raw, physically exhausted, or mentally foggy since the beginning of this month, now you know why. You've been in spiritual boot camp. The universe has been preparing your vessel to hold something so big, so transformative that your old self, the version of you that existed before this month, simply couldn't contain it. But that preparation phase, it's almost over. And what's coming next? That's when the magic begins. Jupiter just unlocked the cosmic vault. On March 10th, something extraordinary happened that most people completely missed. Jupiter, the planet of luck, expansion, abundance, and blessings, stationed direct after 4.5 months of retrograde motion. And it didn't just station direct anywhere, it stationed direct at 15 degrees Cancer, its sign of exaltation. Let me break down why this matters. When a planet is in its exaltation sign, it functions at its absolute highest capacity. It's like giving a master chef the best ingredients, the perfect kitchen, unlimited time, everything they need to create their masterpiece. Jupiter in Cancer is operating at maximum power. For the past 4 months, all that growth, all that abundance, all that expansion, it's been turned inward. You've been doing internal work, healing family wounds, questioning what home and security really mean to you, restructuring your emotional foundation. It's been slow, it's felt stuck. You've probably wondered when things would finally start moving forward again. Well, March 10th was the answer. When Jupiter stationed direct, it flipped a cosmic switch. Everything you've been building internally is now ready to manifest externally. The doors that were locked, they're swinging open. The opportunities that seemed impossible, they're suddenly within reach. The abundance you've been calling in, it's on its way. And tomorrow's new moon is the exact moment when you tell the universe what to do with all that unleashed power. Tomorrow's new moon carries a cosmic urgency. Here's where things get intense. This new moon isn't happening at just any degree of Pisces. It's happening at 28 degrees, the final degree before the sign transitions into Aries. In astrology, these late degrees carry what's called anaretic energy. They're urgent, they're climactic, they're the last chance to master the lessons of that sign before the energy completely shifts. Pisces is the last sign of the entire zodiac. It's where all the wisdom, all the dreams, all the karmic cycles of the previous 11 signs dissolve into the cosmic ocean. A new moon. At the final degree of Pisces is like standing at the edge of the universe itself, right before everything resets. This is a threshold moment, a culmination, the absolute end of one chapter before the violent, fiery rebirth of Aries season begins on March 20th. And the Sabian symbol for this degree, light breaking into many colors through a prism. Think about that image. Pure, formless light, representing infinite potential, spirit, the unmanifested realm, passing through a prism and suddenly fracturing into a rainbow of distinct visible colors. That's what's happening tomorrow. Your formless dreams, your vague wishes, your spiritual intentions, they're about to be refracted into the physical world. The invisible is becoming visible. The impossible is becoming tangible. Spirit is becoming matter. 2 cosmic triggers will force your manifestation into reality. A new moon is powerful on its own, but tomorrow's lunation is supercharged by 2 exact planetary aspects that act like cosmic detonators, ensuring your wishes don't just float around in the ethers, they slam into your physical reality with force. The first trigger happens at noon. Venus in Aries forms an exact mathematical square to Jupiter in Cancer. Both planets are at 15 degrees of their respective signs. This is massive. Venus governs desire, love, beauty, money, and what you value. Jupiter governs expansion, luck, and abundance. When these 2 benefic planets clash in a square, an aspect of tension and friction, it creates an overwhelming, almost aggressive hunger for more. You're not going to be able to settle tomorrow. You won't accept less. You won't wait patiently anymore. Venus in Aries is impulsive, fierce, and knows exactly what it wants. Jupiter in Cancer is deeply emotional, craving security and profound connection. The square between them creates a visceral, undeniable need to expand your life, to get the relationship, to secure the money, to finally receive what you've been denied. This isn't passive wishing, this is demanding, this is refusing to accept no anymore. And when you set your intentions under this energy, they carry that same force. The universe feels your hunger, and it responds. The second trigger happens just hours before the new moon itself, at 4:20 in the afternoon. The Sun, at the exact degree of the new moon, forms a perfect sextile to Uranus in Taurus. Uranus is the planet of sudden breakthroughs, radical change, liberation, and the unexpected. A sextile is an aspect of opportunity and flow. This means your manifestation won't arrive through normal channels. It won't be predictable or logical. The universe is going to deliver your wish through a surprise, a sudden opportunity, an unexpected encounter, a flash of insight that changes everything. A door you didn't even know existed swinging wide open. You can't plan for this, you can't control it, and that's exactly the point. The universe is saying, I heard you, I've got this, and I'm going to give it to you in a way you never could have orchestrated yourself. 3 signs are about to experience unprecedented magic. While every sign will feel the power of this new moon, 3 archetypes are geometrically positioned at the epicenter of this cosmic wave. If you're a Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio, Sun or Rising, you need to pay very close attention. Because what's about to happen to you isn't just manifestation, it's destiny fulfillment. Pisces, the total rebirth. Pisces, this new moon is happening in your sign, in your first house of identity, body, and self-expression. This is the most personal, pivotal reset you'll experience this year. With Mars and the North Node also transiting through your sign, you're being cosmically forced to step out of the shadow. No more playing small, no more hiding behind your dreams, no more being the passive mystic who just observes life. The universe is demanding that you embody your vision, that you become the person you've been dreaming of being, that you step into the world as a sovereign force, not as a victim of circumstance. The wish being granted, complete self-actualization. You're finally becoming who you were always meant to be. And when Mercury stations direct in your sign 2 days later, the mental fog lifts. The confusion dissolves. You'll know exactly who you are and exactly what you're here to do. No more doubt. Cancer, the safe expansion. Cancer, Jupiter stationing direct in your sign on March 10th was your cosmic green light. You've been healing, processing, doing the deep emotional work, and now it's paying off. This new moon falls in your 9th house of expansion, higher learning, travel, and philosophy. The universe is telling you that your next level isn't in your comfort zone, it's beyond the horizon. But here's the magic. With Jupiter in your 1st house supporting this new moon, you get to expand without sacrificing your security. You can travel the world while still feeling at home. You can take the risk while still being protected. You can step into the unknown while the universe holds you safe. The wish being granted, growth without fear. You're being shown that you can have the adventure and the security. You don't have to choose. The universe is giving you both. Scorpio, the return of joy. Scorpio, you've been in the underworld long enough. This new moon lights up your 5th house of creativity, romance, pleasure, and pure, unfiltered joy. You're so used to intensity, to depth, to transformation, but now the universe is saying, enough shadow work, it's time to play. The sextile to Uranus in your 7th house of partnerships means that for single Scorpios, love is about to arrive in the most unexpected way. Someone completely unlike your usual type. Someone who bypasses all your defenses because you didn't see them coming. For partnered Scorpios, this energy revitalizes your relationship. You're remembering what it feels like to have fun together, to be spontaneous, to laugh without everything being so serious. And for creative Scorpios, your next project is about to pour out of you with zero resistance. This is the fertile ground you've been waiting for. The wish being granted, permission to be happy, not just content, not just surviving, actually genuinely, radiantly happy. The universe is reminding you that joy is your birthright. Mercury stations direct and locks it all in. Here's the final piece of cosmic perfection. 2 days after the new moon on March 20th, Mercury stations direct at 3:30 in the afternoon. And it happens on the same day as the vernal equinox, the astrological new year. Mercury has been retrograde in Pisces since late February, creating mental fog, communication delays, technical glitches, and confusing conversations. But when it stations direct, literally hours after the sun enters Aries, everything clicks into place. The dreams you receive during tomorrow's new moon, they suddenly have a clear action plan, the insights that felt too vague to articulate. You can now speak them with perfect clarity. The delays that have been driving you insane, they dissolve overnight. This is the universe's way of ensuring that your manifestation doesn't just exist in the spiritual realm, it gets grounded into material reality. The vision becomes the strategy, the dream becomes the decision, the wish becomes the work. And with the sun blazing into Aries, initiating a brand new astrological year, you have the courage, the energy, and the raw willpower to make it happen. What you must do tomorrow. This new moon is too powerful to waste on vague intentions or half-hearted wishing. The universe is listening more closely tomorrow than it has in years. So here's what you need to do. First, get clear. What is your deepest wish? Not the surface-level stuff, not the things you think you should want. What does your soul actually crave? What would change everything if it came true? Write it down, be specific. The prism doesn't work with vague light, it needs a focused beam. The universe can't deliver if you're not clear about what you're ordering. Second, release the how. This is where most people sabotage their manifestation. They try to control the delivery method. They decide how it has to happen, who has to be involved, what the timeline needs to look like. But remember, Uranus is involved. The delivery will be unexpected. Trying to force a specific path will only block the magic. Set the intention. Then surrender the details to the universe. Third, take inspired action. Manifestation isn't passive. When Mercury stations direct and Aries season begins, you'll receive clear guidance on what to do next. Follow it, even if it doesn't make logical sense. Especially if it doesn't make logical sense. The universe is co-creating with you, but you have to meet it halfway. The energy won't wait for you. Here's the hard truth. This window is closing fast. The new moon is exact at 9:30 at night tomorrow. The energy is strongest within 24 hours before and after. That gives you until Friday night. After that, the sun moves into Aries, Mercury goes direct, and the cosmic focus shifts from dreaming to doing. The soft, receptive, magical energy of Pisces gives way to the aggressive, initiatory fire of Aries. This doesn't mean the manifestation stops. It means the phase of receiving the vision ends and the phase of executing the vision begins. So if you've been waiting for the perfect moment to finally ask the universe for what you really want, this is it. Not next month, not next year, tomorrow. You're standing at the edge of a new timeline. The eclipse on March 3rd closed a door. Tomorrow's new moon opens a new one, and what you walk through that doorway toward is entirely up to you. This is the magic of the 28th degree. This is the power of the final moment before everything resets. You're being given one last chance to crystallize your dreams, to anchor your vision, to tell the universe exactly what reality you want to step into. Most people will sleep through this. They'll treat tomorrow like any other Wednesday. They'll scroll through their phones, complain about their problems, and wonder why their lives never change. But you're not most people. You're here reading this because some part of you knows that something massive is happening. You can feel it in your bones. You can sense the shift in the air. The universe has been preparing you for this moment. The purge, the delays, the confusion, the emotional exhaustion. It was all necessary. It was all clearing the path. And now that path is open. The vault is unlocked. The portal is ready. The universe finally answers. Tomorrow, when you set your intention under the 28-degree Pisces new moon, with Jupiter direct and exalted, with Venus demanding more, with Uranus delivering surprises, with Mercury preparing to clarify, you're not just wishing. You're commanding reality to shift. You're stepping into your power as a conscious creator. You're claiming what's always been yours. The universe has been waiting for you to be ready, and now you are. So tomorrow, when the moon goes dark in the final degree of the final sign, don't just hope, don't just wish, decide, declare, demand. Tell the universe exactly what you want, and then watch as the light breaks through the prism, fracturing your formless dreams into a rainbow of tangible, lived reality. The magic is real, the timing is perfect, and the universe is finally, definitively, undeniably answering. If you're still watching, I'd like to thank you for your attention. If you enjoyed the content and want to see more, please consider clicking the subscribe button. Your support is very appreciated. Feel free to share your experiences or thoughts in the comments below. Until next time, take care and subscribe for more insightful content.